Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I woke up to about 15 or 16 different messages in my inbox. The messages in my direct message inbox on Twitter, they keep growing, and it's getting more and more every day, and so I try my best to give the proper shout outs, but I really appreciate the information. It's kind of like someone's helping me do my homework, and I really appreciate it. It makes it easier. Plus, I can help other people grow their Twitter feeds by doing this. I really like doing it this way. That way, you as community members in digital assets and XRP, you can find out about other people that are providing good information where you can follow them, and I can find the latest information for myself to run my channel, and that's a really good thing. I really appreciate it. This first piece of news I got from two guys in the community. One is EasyXRP, and that's at ERST69. And then the other is my old buddy James Bond at ECOSSEXRP1. And this is what they sent. Now, what have I been telling you, folks? I've been telling you that you will be wrapped in digital asset advertising before this thing is over. Before this is over, you're not going to just see one Formula One car with digital assets on it being advertised. You might see 20 or 50 cars out there with this on it. Cryptocurrency enters F1 with Red Bull. New sponsors for McLaren. Red Bull Racing have announced a sponsorship deal with a cryptocurrency company, the first deal of its kind, as the burgeoning industry becomes mainstream. Red Bull Racing have announced cryptocurrency company Futuro Coin as a partner for 2019, the first crypto asset to enter Formula One. Excuse me. How big is this, folks? I mean, this is big time. Because when you start seeing these types of sponsorships, it's the beginning of the dominoes falling, and you're going to see it. Get ready to see it on NASCAR. It would make my last 10 years if I saw Ripple on the hood of a NASCAR. How awesome would that be? Or XRP, doesn't matter to me. But anyway, very, very interesting times we're in, folks, because it's about to happen. Moving along, I got this from Bobby Wheeler, who I don't believe I've ever shouted out to Bobby Wheeler, but if he's on board in the community, then good deal. At Wheeler_BRW sends me this from Abra. Big news. Stock and ETF investing come to Abra. Sign up now for early access to secure $0 fees for 2019. Available in 155 countries. Fractional investing with $5 minimums. Private and secure. Welcome to the future of investing built on Bitcoin. Well, as I've said to you many times, here's what we're dealing with. You are about to enter a world where not only are people investing on apps on their phones or iPads, but you're entering a world where all asset classes are going to be liquid, and across all of those asset classes is going to be sloshing around hundreds of trillions of dollars, and all of it will be freely tradable through all of the other assets. And that's what I've been saying all along. Here they're talking about Bitcoin, but it just starts with Bitcoin just because Bitcoin was the first. It's just a matter of time. You'll have XRP, you'll have all of the major digital assets, and money will be able to flow freely through a stock, a bond, tokenized real estate, tokenized anything that you can imagine, and it will all flow. And think about localized tokenized real estate or localized tokenization of things. You're about to live in a totally different world. This is the big picture of the reason that I'm always so positive about all of this. It's because We're in a $111 billion market as of this morning. Crypto, all of crypto, $111 billion. And we're going to live in a world over the next few years where all of the assets of the world are freely tradable amongst those cryptocurrencies. So in other words, instead of a $111 billion liquid market, you're going to be sitting there with hundreds of trillions in that same side by side with your digital assets, where that kind of money can flow freely through. This is a no-brainer. Crypto is the no-brainer of no-brainer. It's the asset class to swallow all other asset classes. And that's one of the many reasons this is so exciting. Well, I wanted to show you a little further on this Abra app. Introducing the future of investing. Now you can use Bitcoin to invest in stocks and ETFs from anywhere in the world. Now, the stocks and the ETFs, I mean, those two things alone, doesn't include bonds or whatever, but those two things alone represent trillions and trillions of dollars. And this will eventually just all be flowing freely amongst these exchanges. But see, there's another thing a lot of people may not be thinking about. Let's say that Bakkt opens tomorrow, which it's not. It's going to open sometime in March is what the rumor is. But let's say Bakkt is open in March. You're able to go in and out of, you won't be from the beginning, but let's say initially you're able to go from stocks to Bitcoin, or if you were able to do that, eventually you'll be able to do that. Well, the world's different in this respect. All of the liquidity that's on Bakkt because of digital assets can easily move in and out of Bakkt or any other digital asset exchange. And so, whereas now, today, with stocks and bonds in a Charles Schwab account or whatever, you might be able to buy and sell stocks, but it's very difficult for you to move that money in a liquid fashion from that platform to another platform. Well, digital assets are going to open up. It's going to grease the wheels where it's a lot faster, and in essence, all of that liquidity is moving around the world in a much faster and easier fashion. So that's what's exciting. It's all going to be, in essence, side by side. Okay, this was interesting. Now, yesterday, you remember we talked about the creation of the Raised in Space, which is a music venture that was hatched from the Xpring initiative from Ripple. Remember, and I'll tell you in a minute what that is. But first, this is a tweet from, I don't know who this is, but she says, "This is everything." And she's talking about the Raised in Space needs a merch line. I'd wear that to every pitch. Now, and then she says, former BMG head Zach, she's talking about the creation of this music and tech investment group. And then, so from this, I went and I found, and I wanted to make you all aware of it, Raised in Space, this is a Xpring initiative from Ripple. They're going to use XRP in this initiative. Raised in Space, at Raised in Space. You need to go follow them, because support this company as much as you can, because this is adoption. If you want to know what XRP adoption looks like, this is adoption. You know what? It just dawned on me. She must be some kind of celebrity, and that might show you how. No, it says fan engagement strategist, music tech. I don't know who she is. I thought maybe she would be a celebrity or something. I'm not real plugged into who the latest celebrities are. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this and make sure that everybody goes out there and follows Raised in Space, at Raised in Space. And also you can go to their website, which is raisedInspace.com, and you can read about them. What's interesting down here is that it shows their team down here, and it says Raised in Space Enterprises is a partnership between Ripple, Xpring, founder of Ithaca Holdings, music manager Scooter Braun, industry vet Zach Katz, and Forbes 30 under 30 tech music entrepreneur Shara Senderoff. And it's got Brad Garlinghouse and Ethan Beard listed here. How cool is that? So what I want you to imagine, because many of you may not even know what Xpring is, and I'm going to briefly tell you what it is. Xpring, Xpring.co is their website. there are many of you out there that are entrepreneurs. And what Xpring is Ripple came up with Xpring, and more or less it's like an incubator, where if you have a business idea, you can go to them and they may fund your business venture, but your business venture has to be planned to utilize XRP in the venture, and you could potentially get funding. How smart and cool is that, folks? That is so what this is Xpring is going to spring up with new use cases for XRP. That's what this is really about. Think about the thousands and thousands. This is one of thousands of use cases that are going to crop up over time. And all of those use cases are 100% for the purpose of running dollars or other currencies through XRP, thus driving the value up over time. With adoption will come the value of XRP going up over time. Genius. Okay, finally, I wanted to show you all of this. Talk about adoption. One of the reasons I love this, Justin Sun is the guy that created Tron. He used to work for Ripple. One of the reasons I love this guy is he's a marketing machine, and he's very aggressive, and I love aggressive. He says, we'll have a secret campaign released on Valentine's Day for Tron and BitTorrent. Numerous celebrities will be on board. FY, one of the main character in Friends, one winner of 3 Golden Globe Awards, and one winner of 4 Super Bowl titles. And then he talks about BTT and Tron. Well, I wanted to show you this for 2 reasons. First, this guy, I don't care if it's not XRP, folks. This guy is helping digital assets in general with adoption. This guy is very helpful to the digital asset space, and he should be held up. He's a good guy. And then moving along, the reason I brought this up though is because I wanted to talk to you about this BitTorrent, the BTT token. I've told you, many of you out there, that I own some Tron, which is TRX. Well, if you're a Tron holder, they're going to have a BTT airdrop, and this page shows you a little bit about it. I wanted to go over this, and there's a question everybody has. Okay, BitTorrent is airdropping free BTT tokens to Tron holders. BTT airdrop will start on February 11th, 2019, and will go for the next 6 years till February 11th, 2025. And they go through all of the details step by step here of this. The first snapshot will happen when the Tron's block height reaches 6.6 million. They tell you when the airdrop will begin. But here's the important part to me. No minimum of Tron is required to qualify for BTT airdrops. The following wallets and exchanges will support the airdrop. Binance is on the list, but at the bottom here, this is the one I wanted to show you. Okay, Tron Scan supports the airdrop. Now, listen, I want to be very clear here. People are asking if when you hold your digital assets on the Ledger Nano S, if you'd have to do anything or move your Tron off of the Ledger Nano S onto an exchange for this. My answer is I'm 99.9% sure that you can keep it on the Ledger Nano S. But, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute, or what I think about this in a minute. But I'm going to find out a definitive answer to that in the next day. I've already contacted the Ledger Nano S people to make sure. But here's what I want to tell you. For those of you who have put your Tron on the Ledger Nano S, you realize that you use this Tron Scan. They have a software and they also have a web app. I'm going to show you Tron Scan does support the airdrop. Here's what I believe is going to happen on the airdrop. Because remember, your digital assets are not stored on the Ledger Nano S. Your private keys are what you have with that Ledger Nano S. Your private keys are what you have in your possession that matters. Well, when you set up your Ledger Nano S to work with Tron, what you're doing is you're hooking up to this Tron Scan. This is Tron Scan. Just go to Google and type in Tron Scan. What you're going to be able to do when the time comes is you're going to be able to take your Tron address. Now this is me talking, and I'm going to confirm it for you in the next day or so. you're going to be able to take your Tron address and you'll be able to drop it right here. And then you'll hit this right here, and it's going to show you the Tron that you have, and it's also going to show you the same way as if you had an Ethereum, if you held Ethereum, but you also had some Ethereum tokens. It's going to show you the Tron that you own, and then it's going to also show you on that same page the BTT that you owe, because it's like a tree branch of Tron is more or less what it is. So I just wanted to go over that, but I have contacted the Ledger Nano S people to get a definitive answer on that, and I will let you know. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that if they own Tron, they're going to get some BTT. Thank you for listening.